This is an open review and testimonial to GoWP, and I'm also going to show you the fastest method for creating recurring revenue that I know of as an agency. Hey guys, Mike here from Sell Your Service. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. In this video, I want to talk about GoWP, and GoWP have been a rock and a staple part of my business for a long time now for a couple of reasons. And it's got to the point now, I'm even wearing a GoWP shirt. That's complete coincidence. I had no idea that I saw the little antenna there of Preston. I love that. Anyway, what GoWP does is essentially they make managing an agency and doing the dedicated work much easier. So here's the fundamental problem with running an agency, right? Every customer that you bring on, they will need support and work and time and setup and essentially development, right? That's the operations part of the business. What GoWP does is they take that away from you, they do it, but here's the insane part. The customer then responds directly to GoWP. You sell GoWP's maintenance services, you get to charge something on the top, but GoWP does everything. Now they've got various different levels of like how involved they get. I have them personally on my sites, managing and doing the actual like updates and development work on those sites. For some of our sites, they are a little bit more involved. They'll even do really basic admin tasks like content uploading and copy uploading and things like this, all the way through to checking for bugs. And on the other side, they do plugin updates. They make sure that things aren't broken. They do a ton of like research and stuff, and frankly, things that I either don't care about or have no ability to think about. But here's what's incredible is the price that they charge for what they do is it starts at like $30 or something like this a month to basically take care of an entire site. If you're an agency and you use WordPress, GoWP is without question the first place that I would go to start growing my recurring revenue. I can immediately say to a customer, hey, we will take care of, I think they even do hosting as well, right? And if one of the guys from GoWP is watching, by all means, like comment down below if I've got that wrong. I will of course put a link. It is gowp.com, but I'll also put a link in the description if you want to go check it out. They do hosting and all kinds of sort of things, like there's a wide range. But here's why GoWP is so powerful. First of all, the way that they do maintenance and updates is very hands-off, or at least it's as hands-off as you need it to be. I have just known now for years that my site is being updated, maintained, well run. If there's ever a problem with a plugin or something that I need to know about, GoWP reaches out to me. However, when we were selling it to customers, and we don't really work with that many customers anymore, but when we were working with customers, what we would do is we would onboard them through GoWP, but then GoWP would take care of literally everything. I would sell it to the customer, and then GoWP would take care of outreach, support, maintenance. If the customer had a problem, they could email us, but it would go straight through to the support team. And it immediately took the pressure off so much of our support requests, because 99% of the support requests, in fact, I think even Brad from GoWP told me this, like 99% of them are either like a frequently asked question to the point where the customer just needs to be pointed to something, or they can be solved within a minute. The 1% that's left are typically a little bit longer, but those are the ones that can stack up. And if you as a business owner are constantly replying to your customers saying, oh, you know, here's how you want to access your training, here's how we access plugins, here's how this happens. When a customer inevitably fucks something up, what GoWP will do, they can roll it back. It's basically an agency in a box for $30 or $79, which is just bananas. What GoWP essentially is a white labeled agency for your agency, and you could quite comfortably get to 10 grand a month using something like GoWP quite easily. But that's not everything. I was hesitating to make this video because, like I said, I genuinely love GoWP. I love the team, I love Brad, I love Emily, I love all of the guys I've worked with. I've used almost all of their services, but it almost looks like I'm doing this kind of over-the-top sales video, and that's not at all the case. This is a genuine testimonial for anyone who is even remotely interested in using GoWP. You need to put them in your business on two levels. First of all, They need to be the company that is looking after your website, like your personal website. For $30 a month to have someone be able to go in there once a week or how often they do it, update the plugins, make sure everything's good, you know that in the back of your mind, you don't have to do that anymore. And if you're a sensible business owner, you know that is hours off your plate that someone else is taking care of. And anytime I've got dumb questions, I email GoWP and I say, hey, is this plugin correct? Have I done something wrong? Is this missing? And they just send a reply back to me. There is a login area with a forum and a ticketing system and all this kind of stuff, which you can check on, which is great. But from a first initial standpoint, you need to have GoWP on your site. The second part is GoWP is literally the scalable route to growing the recurring revenue and the offerings you have in your business. The reason it's the fastest route to recurring revenue is because recurring revenue often relies on delivering a product repeatedly and creating and selling that product in the first place. You can skip all of that and you know that there is a product out there that sells and is really good. Their retention rate is crazy high. So all you have to do is go out there, find customers, uncover what their problems are. And if they find that, yeah, my website is constantly having problems, I'm having to update plugins myself, if you can even say to one of your customers, okay, well, how much does that cost you per week to update your plugins? And they go, well, it's free. And you go, well, how much time does it take you? They say, oh, our guys go in there or I go in there and I update them and I go check them. I'm like, okay, so an hour a week maybe? That's 4 hours a month. What's your hourly rate? How much do you need to earn per hour? That'll probably come out anywhere between $80 and $150 an hour for them. So that's anywhere between, $200, $300, $400 a month that they're wasting on their business. And you go, I tell you what, for $50 a month, I will come in with my team. We will send you a report every single week when we've updated things. We'll update all the plugins. We'll take care of that for you. We'll onboard you. Any problems, we will roll things back and you've got all the sales content. This is like a side note. You can see I'm getting so excited. GoWP has on their site a ton of resources on how to sell products and services with them. In fact, I am on there multiple times as a webinar and a podcast guest, and I think as a blog as well, on how to package up and sell these services. You can add a margin on, and it's a healthy margin because all you need to do is sell that to the customer and make sure that the relationship stays the same. But GoWP will go and do the work. And as I mentioned, there are multiple different price points. I think most importantly, however, that really just tops this off, a lot of businesses talk about how they want to grow a community and how they're really involved with their customers. With GoWP, it's legit. They have webinars, I think every week, or training calls every single week for free for agencies. They have a completely free Facebook group that you can join that's got well over I think it's even like 1,500 agencies or something in there now that are all talking about similar things in order to get the most out of their business. You know you're in a safe environment with them. You can share ideas and learn from them. But also GoWP, as I mentioned, gets tons of guests on to talk through all these amazing topics. I'm all for growing your business and learning and educating yourself. But in terms of the fastest route to recurring revenue for a WordPress-based business, whether you're selling funnels or whether you're selling blogs or e-commerce sites or whatever, GoWP is without question the #1 business that you want to reach out to when it comes to growing a business and developing a maintenance product or a support product of some kind. It's also worth noting that I love Brad and I love Emily as well. Like, those are the two guys I've had the most interaction with, and I just think they're great. Like, I want to hang out with them more, to the point where if I wasn't doing this, maybe I would want to work for GoWP. I think it's just a fantastic business. I like what they're doing. If you're using GoWP, let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, I've been wanting to make this video for a while. You can see how genuinely excited I am to talk about them. I'm constantly doing work with them. I hope the relationship continues for a long time. Oh, and one other thing, they've just added a dedicated developer package where you can have a full-time developer that you don't have to hire. You just get a developer and pay, and they'll do the development work, which I've used, and it's outstanding. And they've also got a dedicated copywriter as well. So if you want to start like growing the development side of your business and the doing and building side of your WordPress business, but you don't have the resources, you have someone who you can use and you know exactly how much it's going to cost. and you know the quality is going to be up there because it's through GoWP. And then they released the outsourced copywriting service. So if you want to do copywriting with your customers, you now have that available to be able to sell those products and services to customers. It literally is the fastest route to growing an agency comfortably mid 6 figures, possibly even 7 figures if you played your cards right, through using a service like GoWP. Anyway guys, I'm gonna have to call it a day. I'm actually sweating because I'm so excited about this. In the meantime, I will see you on another video. If you do have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. And if there's any other services that you use, I'd love to hear about them. Make sure to hit me up in the comments. If you're new here, go ahead and click subscribe and click the like button if you liked the video. It always helps me out. There's actually an interview with Brad here, which I'll try to link to. I can't remember if it's on YouTube, but I had a conversation with Brad about the new developer service, which is hyper scalable, really, really powerful as well. So go ahead and check that out and watch that. In the meantime, I will see you on the next video. Have courage, commit, and take action.